This is actually a very exciting project I got to work on by myself. It's a plan of record, and I created this from scratch. And it tracks all the different projects within HP for the executives so they can track the different progress of each project and seeing where it's at. They use a light system, the green, yellow, red light system, to see where their status is, which I'll show you here in a minute. Notice the toolbars, it said Welcome Dan McDonald, it says you are a manager, and also the one below it says you're in Nikki's world. These are customized toolbars. By logging in, it knows who you are and what you are with this program. So obviously I'm a project manager and have my own projects listed there, and it also recognizes me as an admin. Admin are the people who actually work with the tool, add more users to it, and does the back end work. I did a content management system so they don't need any more programmers to add more people or projects to the system. Here is a very complicated search tool that you can search the projects in various ways. The first is just by the program itself, if it's been created. The second is a color-coded, by color, status of the project. So if you wanted to see all the ones that are green, that would be telling you that they've been approved, but they're pending completion. Or I can resort it by clicking the ID number there. And what will happen is it will resort it not by color now, but by ID of the different projects themselves. Let me go back here and show you. Now you notice the colors are all mixed up because now it's just viewing it by the ID number. I click on help here, so if I want to look at what the colors mean or forget I'm new to the product, I can always have a poor helper. It always knows where you are and gives you the appropriate help of what page you're at. Those are the symbolisms for the different projects. So let's go ahead and open one of these up. I'm going to go ahead and choose global, a global project, and it opens the project up for viewing. Okay, within this one project there are multiple projects spinning off from it, and it will go ahead and shows you that. If I go ahead and click on one of these, I can then drill down into the actual data themselves and look at the full status. This will give me all the information. Notice the middle toolbar here is showing you that it's complete, that there are no restrictions, that it's under deployment, which is one of the last phases of the project. Okay, and I can view the entire information on the project. Obviously, I changed all the data because it was content sensitive, so it's just garbage information that you're looking at. And I exposed the queries, which I only do for admin's purposes. Of course, the employees wouldn't see this, but for admin and for my employer, I would like you to see my queries. It helps with debugging and just understanding how I'm collecting the data from the relational database that I created. If I click on Edit, I can drill down even further into this and change any information I want. Update the status, update maybe a project manager changed, or the executive sponsor who's sponsoring it. It's like the boss of the project manager. So it shows me all that data. Now I can type in Park Allen here, and it will generate an error because I'm not linked directly through the portal of HP. This is done from my home, so I'm just kind of showing you how it would work, but it won't work because of the security layer. So it generates an error, which I anticipated. I took this project out of HP's portal, and it's kind of needing for security purposes. It needs to work within the portal to work completely properly, but you're getting a general idea of how the application works. Okay, so I can create another proposal, a brand new one, and this is really important because by the ID I determine when they log into the portal their status. So if they're an executive, they may have a lot more menu items than a normal employee that doesn't even have a project that just wants to look at the different projects. So it's really role-based, and even the confidential information, there's a thing called confidential, that even Nikki herself, the admin of this tool, can't even view, and it's locked within the database. So only the top dogs like Carly from the CEO of HP can actually view those. There's only like 7 or 8 executives that are actually allowed to look at this data. This is a print sheet, so this is just for reporting. Now notice there is the toolbar on the left-hand side. So that you don't want to print up that, you just want to print up the status sheet. I was just clicking before on the red and green. That's the negative amount of money it's going to cost and how much value it will bring to the companies, of course, the green. Of course, companies like to always see the green, right? So if I click on print this, this is going to take a little while, but it brings up a data sheet and it gets rid of all the toolbars and all the header at the top, so you can just print it cleanly. And it automatically finds your printer and then prints it up for you. You can change, of course, the status. That's going to pop up in just a second. This is running a little bit slow since I'm doing this AVI movie component on top of it. My computer's running a bit slow. So if I click on Edit the PDS is just a project data sheet, so you can actually, pass this out for meetings and tell people about your progress. You can go in and drill down. Now, there's different versions, of course. As this project's being created, you might have version 1.0. That's your first stab at the draft. And you want to keep track of all your different projects. So to do that, I created a tool. If you see this grid here, data grid, there's all these different versions. I have 1.31, I have 1.21, and then if I want to go ahead and create, let's say, 3 more I forgot to update, I can go ahead and add, and it will go ahead and bring me up a nice clean sheet, and I can add that right there, so it can keep tracks of different versions. Okay. If I scroll down, it gives me all the data, the strategies and resources, how much money it's going to cost. We always want to talk about money, so there's the red and the green. How much manpower and how much is it going to profit. This is not, if you look at the numbers, a very good project. It's going to be a lot of loss there. Notice here's my own toolbox. These are only for me. So these are all my projects that I have within the company, and it shows me the status by color coded. Red is rejected, again, yellow is in pending, and green has been approved. Because a lot of these projects are created but never really have the budget for them in the department. Okay. Notice the confidential are only my confidentials, obviously, and Nikki can only see confidentials of her own. So this tool is very, very good when it comes to security. And obviously, if you weren't a project manager, you wouldn't even get this toolbar in the middle. You wouldn't even get one. You would just get to see what normal employees get. Nikki has her own, since she is the actual admin of this product. She can do other things that normal people couldn't, like create brand new projects. Let's say someone's not have access to a computer and they need to create a project. She can go and log in as anyone and create a project for them. Okay. She can also view different things. She can also tie applications to this project. The file you see in blue, those are hyperlinks. Right here, she can upload and download information into it. I'll show you that in a minute. Here's only 2 admins on this product, me, myself, and then Nikki. And I can go ahead and edit that, change the password, change my, what status I have, which is right now admin. I could just make me a project manager, and then it would, not show me the admin tool itself, toolbar. Here's where I can upload different files and associate them with different projects. So if I want to have a PowerPoint slideshow that better explains my project to an executive, I can go ahead and tie that. And here's a mailing form with all the ideas, so you know who owns what project, and I can go ahead and mail the issue or the status of their project. So if it just got approved, I can automatically email someone from here, or what it does too is it does it automatically. Here I'm showing you the upload tool, where you can upload different files. You give it a name, and then of course you go and browse for the file name itself. Again, this has a filter, so you can't upload exes or anything like a BAT files that could damage the server. So I only accept certain types of files, mostly Microsoft Word products. Okay, we'll go back to search. And again, this search, if you look at the code, it's many, many, many pages long because it's very complicated, different scenarios of searching. Okay, and I'm just going to go ahead and try to break this thing. It will give you, if you want, I want to see all the ones on hold, but I left the tops with the project managers that doesn't exist. So you're going to get what you clicked for. You're going to get no projects, which they did want to see. So if there isn't anything on hold with the Nikki's stuff, then you're going to see nothing. And again, you can do it by executive sponsors, so the bosses of the project managers who's sponsoring it, and they'll show all the projects that I'm sponsoring within HP. So there's different roles, again, the project manager, the sponsor of the project manager, which is usually their boss, and of course the admin and the higher executives that can view all confidential information. I notice that's in red, confidential. So I kind of want that to stand out from the rest. And those are very, content that could be budget cuts within the company, things that are obviously sensitive to the normal employee. Okay, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. This technology that I used was Coldfusion and some ASP, and I guess now they're going to convert it to ASP.NET. I'm not quite sure since I haven't worked there in a while. And I used Java beans for some security with using the portal and very sophisticated Java scripts that pretty much gets your login information from the portal. And that concludes this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you have any questions, please let me know. You notice here this is a little graphic that I created for the different processes of the product. All right, thank you very much.